Welcome to the Stars Podcast. I'm your host Rahul, and we're almost at the end of it. The quarterfinals are done, the semis are done, and now we just have the finals left. And to unpack everything that's happened, we have our two insightful guests as always, Avi and Saktesh. Hi guys, how's it going?
We're back. We're home stretch. We're almost done.
Yeah,
Have you guys slept well?
it was a bit better this week because there was not as many games.
There's a bit of gap.
Yeah.
Gap to sleep up a bit on sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sleep is calling me, but I'm not answering it at the moment.
I mean there's just two more games if you're going to count the third place game. But yeah, okay. So today we're going to look back at the quarters and the semis. So let's just start with the quarters first. What do you guys think about the games that went through? France. The quarters. We had who do we have in the quarters? Belgium, Morocco went out, right? France won. So your thoughts on these games?
My most heartbreaking thing in the quarters would be Norway heading home. Yeah, that's my saddest part. I mean, it was fun to watch them all the while, but I feel Norway is one of the teams where they lost, but somehow they still won because they got like such a good welcome going home, like a proper Viking welcome home. They're champion in most Norwegian eyes. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking about one team only, but that specific to me that was the big highlight.
Except for Alexander Sorloth because he didn't give the pass to Haaland. The amount of criticism he got, I feel sad for him. But in football, moments will always be questioned. But I know Sorloth is not a selfish player. Maybe at that point of time he didn't see Haaland. But the amount of criticism he got, I felt like it was a bit unwarranted. Playing in a position that he is not accustomed to. So that's one of the talking points.
To be fair, Haaland was kind of blocked though. He didn't have it as open as people are making out.
Yeah, it's one of those in hindsight, it always seems like there's always a play. But
And there were also questions that England were lucky to go to the semis.
I mean,
But then again, people always talk about this luck factor, but sometimes you need those players who can deliver during moments, right? Like Jude Bellingham, what a tournament he has had.
yeah,
Amazing player, really encapsulates what he went through throughout the season, like because he had a lot of injuries with Madrid, then towards the end he started playing, and then when he came for England, he was like, I'm going to deliver. Because there were lots of talks that Morgan Rogers was going to play in his position, but he came up with lots of goals, 6 I believe.
he's tied with Kane.
there's four in the last two games.
Exactly. So, players like him deserve all the plaudits he's getting at the moment, and I'm happy that he's right now.
Quarterfinals, going back talking about quarterfinals, sad to see Morocco out, but France in the quarterfinals were the France that we know. They were just strong. It was Morocco tried their best. I think it was the match where I'm like, it's who's the stronger team here. But in Belgium's case, I felt Belgium just didn't maybe have that special thing to get them.
The X factor.
Yeah, they were just lacking a bit there. And to me, throughout the whole World Cup, I feel Belgium is one team that, given how, even though they're so big, nothing stood out for me. No highlights, nothing.
But hasn't that been the case for like so many years already? Like,
Actually, no. If you ask me with Belgium in this particular tournament, people didn't fancy them at all to go all the way.
because the golden generation is kind of done, right?
Kind of done, and they were playing minimal role actually. Like Lukaku came in the second half. Even De Bruyne didn't start every game. But I was happy to see young players coming. I mean, not to see young players who are supposed to be their peak, showing the performance that is demanded from them. The coaches have demanded a lot from them in the past. So Charles de Ketelaere played very well. And in Spain's case also, it's all about tactics. The way they won games is like, we have players who can turn around a game, that kind of stuff. So against Belgium, the Marino's goal was good. And then, two considering knockout matches he scored. So in that sense, I think for me, Belgium, I think they overdid it in terms of their performances. I never expected them to go all the way. I knew they had the talent, but
it was a bit of a surprise to make it there, but maybe just expected a bit more from them. But then again, it was against Spain, so
where they are now.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's go to the other quarterfinals. You talked about controversy. So controversy in Argentina seem to go hand in hand nowadays. So thoughts on that game?
I think right now it's a bit amplified. Like everybody is scrutinizing them. Even the quarterfinal game, so I felt it was okay. I had no issues with the referee at all. But then everybody started saying, why didn't you give this? Why didn't you give that? It's over amplified. And I feel like people these days are being too, sorry if I'm using this word wrongly, anal about everything. Anal in the sense that, oh, he challenged this fella, no card. This fella challenged, no card. Okay, people are talking about inconsistencies and all that. But in matches, different referees have different takes to how they want to give their cards or faults and all that. Because you have referees who come from South America, Asia, Europe. Every continent has different style of football. So, when people are saying it's rigged, how long are they going to go with the narrative? Why? What's the point?
I feel people always will want something to rally behind, but to me, it's always, my stance is, you will have an issue with it until it favors your side. Correct. Then it's all like, oh, this is actually fine.
Correct.
So, yes, just from a point of view, you look at it, there seems to be some unfairness towards Argentina, given, also look at the amount of attention it's being given, right? If you take maybe any other game, 1 or 2 challenges that were not fair, and you give it the same attention, amplify, you put the same names around it, Messi and all this, it will be a controversial thing. But it's circumstantial.
In Switzerland's case, Embolo dived. It was clear.
Yeah. But I think the issue was that because the yellow was given...
Because it's mistaken identity. You give yellow to a player who did not even challenge the player.
Yeah.
So that's why when the referee checked it was like, this fella simulated to get this fella a card. So I have to send him off. You're trying to hamper another process, chance in a game. Right? So that's one. And then if everybody is arguing about Argentina being rough and so on, in that game, Nico Gonzalez was challenged by a Swiss player. Free kick was given, but no card was given. He was stomped twice, right? Because people were arguing that Messi wasn't given a yellow card because it was unintentional. So the same thing also that happened, but no card was given. Why that time there was so much noise? Why this one no noise at all?
It's most
be fair across the board.
I think it's more circumstantial. It's because they won the last World Cup and like they are the giants now.
Correct.
So everyone wants the underdog to go through, right? So I guess that is why the controversy.
To be fair also, I mean, Switzerland played very well. For me, I would tell you this, if Embolo wasn't sent off, I think it was their game.
Yeah. I feel like that it's everybody just wants something to rally behind.
Correct.
And now you have a common quote unquote enemy against, the one that people were like, oh, there's unfairness. And if there's a hint of unfairness, everybody will rally behind against them.
For me, it's like cloud chasing.
Sure, but it would be the same if that sort of unfairness was given to Mbappe and Mbappe's in the final. It's bound to happen, and it's just added with every World Cup. There's going to be more eyes on it, and now there's more eyes who maybe don't watch football for a long time.
Yeah.
So they are like, oh, that's unfair.
Exactly.
Public enemy number 1.
These days I hate going on social media. I'm like, I have to encounter so many videos that I do not know what to say. And I have friends asking me, hey, this game is going to be replayed because of this one particular game. I'm like, day, why?
I mean, the US weren't playing, so that's not going to happen.
Yeah. So yeah, no more presidential call.
Yeah, no more president coming into influence and all that. That's I don't know what to say.
Okay, so let's just wrap up on the quarterfinals. Your standout player during the quarters?
Jude Bellingham. Simple, yeah. Straight up Jude Bellingham.
But I like one player, Gregor Kobel, Switzerland's goalkeeper. He did well also. He was a good keeper. But yeah, Bellingham.
To be fair, keepers have been doing quite well this World Cup. Like, I feel like they are taking the hit.
A lot of standouts. A lot of time, yeah.
I think mistake there were only 1 or 2. Not many.
Few more.
Yeah, good saves, good composure.
Yeah. Even the so-called lower team keepers have been doing very well. So let's move on to the semis. First up, we had Spain, France. Billed as the game of the tournament. How did guys find it? Did it live up to expectations?
Different France compared to the quarters.
Yeah.
Because it was, I think at the start, we've been saying that France looked like one of the most stacked teams, which they were, but not in that semi-final game. It seemed like they were struggling. To me, they looked like they were struggling. But Spain definitely was the better team. It was very obvious that match. It wasn't any question there. They could have gotten 3 with Lamine Yamal's disallowed goal at the end, but at no point was I like, okay, France can mount a comeback. It wasn't confidence building for me so it was frankly very disappointing.
Yeah, I think it was like the first games in the World Cup that France hasn't scored in like since 2020.
There were a few consecutive games they've scored. I think in this particular game, I felt like Didier Deschamps relied on the players' individual quality, whereas Spain's coach is relying on tactical solidity to frustrate the French players. For example, Mbappe, Olise, Dembele, Barcola, Doué, whenever they had the ball, they were frustrated. This particular game, the amount of through passes that Spain were able to cut were immense.
Yeah.
Crazy amount of interceptions. That shows how they have done their study on these French players. And they deserve the victory because they got their game plan right. The goals were good. And yeah, I'm not surprised they're in the final. I think a lot of us, even myself, I felt like we underestimated Spain's might. We felt like they wouldn't go all the way because of the players that they have. But we have to remember that Spain's development over the years have been impressive in terms of how they play the game, the players that come out of the academies, where they play, the imports, and those who are playing in La Liga. They have a very good system. So the fact that they're in the final right now, the fact that they played such football in the semi-final is not a surprise at all.
Yeah, I think it's not just that Spain was underestimated, but it was everyone estimated well for France, but they showed up and they performed under the expectations.
They were underwhelming because of Spain's tactics.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
I think Spain as a whole unit functioned much better than
much better.
Yeah,
they really performed as a unit.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the individuals from the team then. We had Yamal against Mbappe. Was that a clean sweep by Yamal, or was Mbappe just having an off day?
It's not him having an off day. It's more him being frustrated by Spain's defense. I tell you, Cucurella was amazing.
Yeah, definitely standout fullback.
Was superb. The amount of times they came in to stop the balls, the interception and all that, and the clearances, I was like really impressed. And the centre-backs, Laporte and Kubarsi also played very well. I think Spain's success is also because of their solid defense.
Their defense is probably
the best in the tournament. They only considered one goal.
One goal so far.
Yeah, one goal so far.
Yeah.
So I would say that Mbappe tried, but he was nullified. In Lamine Yamal's case, he had the ball, but whenever he had it, I went wow. Yeah, so he was impressive, but one would have expected a bigger impact out of him to have more of the ball and all that. But I think he realized that we have to be as one. It's not about what this individual can do, what this individual can do to help this team perform better. But there were lots of good moments from him, like even the disallowed goal also showed his class.
I think even before that also a lot build up, he was part of the big.
Exactly.
His name was constantly, you hear his name constantly, which if he did score that goal, I think our conversation would be like, yeah, look at the impact.
But do you know who deserves flowers? Dani Olmo. He was the link, and the way he played his one-touch football, the layups, the dummies, I was like, wow, this guy is something else. He doesn't scream goals and assists, but he's more like, I will add value to this attack by allowing others to shine. So I thought Olmo was superb in that game. Rodri controlled the midfield on his own, I believe. So yeah, I mean, Spain deserved that victory lah. Yeah, it could have been bigger if you ask me.
Could have.
Yeah.
Should have been bigger, actually,
yeah.
So, like, Yamal did contribute to one goal, though. He got the penalty. Right call, or?
Okay.
Intention is secondary when contact is primary. Simple. He made contact. He kicked him. Doesn't matter what your intention was.
But there's also question marks of handball being involved because he went this way, right?
The back of his hand.
Okay, there were two replays. So one replay showed it was the back. Then the other replay feels like his shoulder. So it's kind of disputable. Even that also, I will question why the VR assistants did not call the referee to see that incident again.
It wasn't an unnatural position, but it's more...
It wasn't natural.
It's more natural.
But for me, there's no point because the contact was already made.
Contact was made, yeah.
And some arguments like, he couldn't see where the attacker was. That doesn't stand up. You're a defender and you're going to say, I don't know where the attacker was.
He should have just skied the ball.
Should have.
Decision making comes into play. I mean, Digne, that one moment is going to haunt him because throughout the game, he actually kept silent.
It was an unfortunate
incident. Just that particular moment, his decision making was a bit suspect. Because I told one of my friends was like, it's unavoidable. Then I actually told him, he could have just plonked the ball out instead of trying to be a bit more trying to be
Could have given it one more bounce, maybe just because you're inside the box. That's another thing. But again, it's in hindsight.
Then again, in that we do not know what happens
situation.
When that situation, what the player is thinking.
In hindsight, everything could have worked.
We can say, but we do not know what the player is feeling.
Yeah.
So I think Digne will feel bad about it. But in terms of how he marked, he was good. He impressed me.
He was fine throughout everything.
He was first.
Yeah. So let's go on to the other semi-final now. England, Argentina. So, did you guys watch the game?
He's going home. England is going home.
They are going home.
I know they have one more game to play.
Still going home empty-handed in some ways.
But that game, I think Tuchel has to take a lot of responsibility for what happened. I understand knockout games, you want to kill off matches by being defensive, but you have the talent to get more goals, right? I feel pity for players like Bellingham and Kane.
They were told to they look like they toned it down after the first goal.
I don't think they had a chance after the goal. It was only...
They weren't trying for
they weren't trying. They should be trying.
They weren't trying for
trying. Because you need to know that you have talents like Bellingham, Kane, and then you have the wing. Gordon was doing well. He was doing well.
Very well.
So, when you have these kind of talents in your setup, make use of them. Get another goal, then you go defensive.
Because one is not a good enough cushion.
Yeah, it's not a good cushion. And second thing is, if he did his study, Argentina always comes back towards the end.
Which is what happened in the past few games.
Yeah, and it happened against England.
But you can also say because of that, you would be like, okay, quickly defend because they're going to come back. But
the one goal is not enough.
In a World Cup semi-final, your one goal
it's not
the time to pass.
All it takes is one mistake, one deflection.
They should have taken the playbook from Spain. They played.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Keep playing. But I don't know why Tuchel did that.
Yeah, because I think as soon as the goal went in, he brought on like 5 defenders. 5.
Yeah, it was a 5-for-1. I'm like, what's happening at the back there?
He brought in Konsa and Danburn, and I was like, why?
But then, to him, it's probably what makes sense because, he's like, Argentina can come back every time. At least keep it tight. Maybe 1-1, you drag it to extra time, but...
Only after the 2-1, they were beginning to say, hey, we need to get another goal. I was like, no, you should have gotten the goal way earlier.
Even after 1-1, it seemed like they were playing for a draw. They weren't trying at all.
Exactly. The thing is they hired Tuchel because of his big game experience, being able to nullify big opponents, right? So you have the talent. You have players like Bellingham, Harry Kane, two players who are in form. Just provide them the service and they'll do something. And you decided to go passive. You decided to be conservative. That's on you. You can't blame the players. Players follow what coach wants, right? Tuchel defended his decision to play defensively, but what has happened?
I feel every time with England, fans are going to find something to be mad about, but this one is like you've handed them on a platter.
Yeah, exactly.
This is what the mistake was right there. Everyone saw it, was like, what are you all doing?
Because I feel like even before they scored, England were playing well.
Exactly, they were good. They were good.
Going up to the first half, I was like, okay, there is hope. Really, like England can, pull off something. And when Gordon scored, I was like, okay, that's what we need.
And score another one. Hey, you're England supporter. That's what
I was supporting for England. Yes, I was. Because I want someone else to go to the final. The same team.
Argentina, a lot of people are saying a lot of stuff and all that. And we also want a new team in the final. Any neutral fan would want that. But that being said, the way they came back and Leo Messi being part of it, they deserve it. To come back, everybody is complaining about, this team is being powered by Messi and all that. But if you watch all their games, those who have watched all of Argentina's games, the manner of their comebacks have been because of their unity, their passion, and the fact that the coach is willing the players to make tactical decisions on the field. Like, for example, Leandro Paredes in the last game, and he was talking to the coach saying, I need this, I need that. It showed that there was proactiveness. It's not reactive. They're being proactive, and that's why they're winning games.
Yeah, like the final goal, it was, you didn't see Messi constantly trying to shoot the ball on his own. He crossed it in, and what a way to
win the match. Yeah. So they deserve to be in the final because of their resilience. As for England, the coach will have to take the blame, take whatever stick that comes his way. And I hope they can be even better in the Euros. They can use this as a lesson to win the Euros in 2 years' time. Yeah, because they have a very strong squad. I feel pity for Harry Kane because
They're
he's
at the
been-
right time with the best squad
Correct.
right now. Also, if you
Harry Kane was sensational throughout the season, and if he had gone to the final, I think he could have been a Ballon d'Or contender already.
Yeah.
He could not contender, winner. If that's the thing. If
So, other than that, like, is there anything else from the game that caught your eye? Any Argentina specific tactics which you think they might carry on to the final, or do you feel like they're gonna just wait until the last 10-15 minutes again?
No, I wouldn't say. No, I don't think any team is going to be doing that kind of tactic. But against, if they're going to be facing team like Spain in the final, you better start early. You better launch early.
I think one thing about Argentina, they can score early goals. They have done it before. The only thing is, can they hold on to it? That has been the issue because they
Maybe not
lose
the other
focus.
side of it.
Right.
For now,
Yeah.
back from it.
They tend to lose focus after scoring taking the lead. Sorry. So that has to be improved. And I think Scaloni will have a chat with his boys and so on. And what I like about this Argentina team is they're playing for Messi. Every player is like, they want to do this for Messi again. Like, let's win this tournament for him again.
Did you see how they all rallied to him?
Exactly. That shows how the bond is within the team. Like, the players don't have egos at all. They're like, I want to help this guy to win a second tournament. And you know what? Let's end this debate. This guy is the greatest of all time.
They know
They have
so
that kind of
can't-
mindset.
They know also they can't say anything that's go against him because
Yeah.
they can't. So
Because of his stature and so on. Yeah.
So I guess that's a wrap for today. On our next episode, we'll be discussing the finals and we can talk more about this there. So, thanks Avi and Saktesh for breaking things down today. Always a pleasure having you guys on. And we'll be back with our final preview. This has been the Sportcast. I'm Rahul. Thanks for watching.